Okay, so now we're going to use SAS Enterprise Miner to develop k-nearest neighbor classifier. We're going to use the data set called churn. Okay. Make sure that you download churn. I already have it right here. Okay. The churn data set has these variables. We already looked at it once, I think, where churn is the predictor. Churn is your target. So churn is an indicator whether the customer has left the company or not. That's true or false. And then here are the predictors. So we have the state, 50 states, area code, phone number, and then there are some yes or no variables, whether the customer has international plan or not, voicemail plan or not, voice message plan or not, and so on. And then we have how many minutes. Yeah. Okay. So there are some integer value to continuous, so like day charge and calls and so on, the minutes used. So there's the description of it. So let's get started. New project. I'm going to have just one project, so we don't have to keep creating new projects all the time. So let me call this MGT 4270 classifiers. Okay, so because we're going to be looking at several classifiers in due course, and let's put that in the C drive. And library, create new library MGT 4270, and that one. So let's create a data source. We're going to use churn. Okay. So here, the metadata advisor options, okay, we haven't talked about this advanced option. Advanced option, what it allows us to do is to set the parameters in such a way that the variables are automatically classified as nominal, interval, and so on. So let's look at the advanced tab. So click customize. So here you can set the properties that needs to be, that the metadata classifier should use. So first one, missing percentage threshold. So if a column has more than 50% missing, then that column will be rejected. If you want to lower that threshold or up the threshold, you can do that there. Okay. Now reject variables with excessive missing value. Okay, so that those two go together. Class level count threshold. So that's 20. So that means if a variable has 20 classes, then that would be nominal. Okay. If not, if it is more than 20 classes, if it is an integer variable or numerical variable, then that would be what will be interval variable. Reject level count threshold is 20. So reject variables with excessive class values. Suppose if you have non-numeric class variable and that has, like, for example, the name of the individual. If you have a column for last name or first name, and it's going to have lots of possible values, and you can automatically reject that column, okay, by setting a kind of a threshold. Like here, if it is 20 distinct values, then you're going to reject them. Okay, and so on. So database pass-through indicates if the advisor should use SQL through. We're not going to be worried about that. So these are as the values state. So you can select these threshold values to be automatically used, and when you click next, those parameters will be used to automatically set the nominal, interval, and reject. See here, the phone number and state are rejected. The reason for that is phone number has too many classes, more than 20. State is rejected because there are 50 states and we set the threshold to 20. Okay, if you had set the threshold to 50 instead of 20, suppose if you had changed it to, see, the count level, class level threshold, if you change that to 50, and the reject level count to also 50, okay, then you see state was still rejected. I don't know why it's still rejected. Maybe because it was rejected previously. Okay. So that we will make that into input. Okay. So let's look at the variables more closely. So now if you want to quickly check, okay, account length is interval, area code is nominal. Okay, I don't know whether we want to keep area code or not. Okay, we could reject area code. Let's reject area code. Now churn, that's our target. Okay. And then customer service calls is nominal. Okay. Why that is nominal? Because maybe it has less than 20 unique values. Okay. And that's probably the reason why it will automatically set that to be nominal. We can check that quickly. So highlight that and you go to explore, and here we have the values. So these are the values, and that's the reason why this is classified as nominal. There are only 9 possible values. Okay. Since it is number of calls, we may still want to make it into an interval. If you want, we can change it to interval. I'm going to change it to interval. Okay. Now, day calls, day charge, day minutes, evening minutes. Okay, and international plan is binary. Okay, international calls is nominal. Again, this is number of calls. Okay, we can take a look at how many possible values are there, and again it is because, okay, so that yellow exclamation mark simply means there are more values that are hidden. So when you click that, you see there are 20 values, and that's the reason why it is classified as nominal. Let's change that to interval. Okay. And now the phone number is rejected, which is good. We don't want the phone number. The phone number shouldn't matter for churn. Okay. Now state is nominal. Okay. Voicemail messages, again, voicemail messages is number of messages, so it could be interval. Okay, let's look at how many. So this exclamation mark here simply means there are more values that are hidden. Click that and you'll see. So it goes up to 50. And again, let's change that to interval. Okay. Click this, click next, finish. So we have our data source now. So advanced metadata thresholds. Then also you can do the explore button to quickly check how many possible values are there for a given variable and decide whether to set the variable level to interval or nominal or what. So we can use that in our data source definition screens.